Stephen Daniel, and I'm one of the co-founders with my wife Beth of Quantum Techniques. And we want to introduce you to a very powerful, easy technique for anyone to use, and it's our trauma code. Now, this is assuming you've already gone to our website, quantumtechniques.com, and input the meridian points we use in our codes. I will go through, touch the spots. In case you haven't done that, you can just follow along visually. But what the trauma code does is it will collapse a trauma field. Now, that can be something that happened in the past. That can be something you're fearful about in the future. That can be something where there's a very real trauma, like someone who's been given a diagnosis of a terminal illness. The trauma code will not take the illness away, but it'll make a dramatic difference in how much they're suffering as they move through those phases. You're welcome to use the trauma code on anything. We've never seen it cause a problem. A lot of times it works on physical pain. You can also use this as a surrogate. For example, you know, your friend calls up, she's crying on the phone, her husband's just left her. You can be reading the trauma code, or once you've actually done the trauma code 3 times, run your hand over it, thinking of sending it to her as a blessing, and you'll watch her trauma field collapse. This is very effective with animals. Now, you can't tell animals, think about a thunderstorm, but if you have a dog who's terrified of thunderstorms or fireworks, you know, having them where there is a thunderstorm outside or on TV and reading this trauma code for them 3 or 4 times, kind of like with your friend on the phone, they don't even have to be there present. It'll make a huge difference. So I'm going to walk through this so that you can actually input these points if you've never done this before, and this will be across the bottom of the screen. So inside corner of the eyebrow, EB for eyebrow, the thumb side of the index finger, IF for index finger, thumb side of the little finger, LF for little finger, the edge of the palm or the karate chop spot, SH for side of hand. Again, the inside corner of the eyebrow, EB, 1 inch below the eye, E, thumb side of the middle finger, MF, karate chop spot again, SH, index finger again, IF, outside orbit of the eye on the temple, OE, A, 4 inches under the armpit, and C, collarbone. Collarbone's a notch down from the, an inch down from the notch in my throat over to either side. Okay. If we take that code, and you can write it down, I've got it on a business card that I can actually run my hand over for clients. And what I'd encourage you to do is think about anything that causes you emotional trauma. Okay? Again, past, present, future. And read that code 3 times in a row while you're thinking about that. So if we just say EB, IF, LF, SH, EB, E, MF, SH, IF, OE, A, C. Take a breath, focus back on that picture or memory. EB, IF, LF, SH, EB, E, MF, SH, IF, OE, A, C. And one more time, EB, IF, LF, SH, EB, E, MF, SH, IF, OE, A, C. Focus on where that pain or discomfort level is. You can't overdo this. Do it until the trauma field's gone. Once you clear a trauma field with this, it will never return. However, there may be other aspects. A fast example, many years ago, worked with a young man where there's a shooting where he worked at a health club. And he was a personal friend. I knew the family well. We sat down. This was maybe 3 hours after the shooting. He was shot at, and they captured the gunman. And his anxiety was very high. It was on a scale of 1 to 10. At 10, we did the code 3 times. He took a deep breath. He says, "Wow, I'm relaxed. I feel great." And then about 4 minutes later, he goes, "It's back. All the fear's back." And I said, "Well, it doesn't really work that way. What were you thinking about the first time?" He said, well, the first time I was thinking about the gunman's eyes. And I said, okay, what are you thinking about now? He said, well, I'm actually thinking about the sound of the bullet as it went through my hair. And I said, well, that's a different field. So we read the code another 3 or 4 times, collapsed down. He said, wow, that feels good again. 5 minutes later, he goes, it's back. What are you thinking about now? I said, my mom's voice, because she heard about the shooting on the news and called me. And when I told her I was shot at, but I was okay. So we did 3 more rounds of just reading that code. Never had a nightmare, didn't develop post-traumatic stress disorder, it was gone. This will collapse any trauma field. And so I'd encourage you to use that and understand that with quantum techniques, we deal a lot with chronic physical illnesses, but there's treatments like this that can balance your immune system, clear viral and bacterial frequencies from their body, and get your body healing again. So thank you for trying this.